What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and this is my full review of the LG G4. Now, if you've been following me on social media, then you probably already know that I've been very impressed with this device, and it's one of my favorite devices of 2015 so far. Why is that? Well, let's find out. So you have a 5.5-inch IPS Quantum Display with a Quad HD resolution, giving it a very high PPI pixel density of 538, and I would say this is one of the best displays out there. It's bright, vibrant with great sharp detail, and the screen is very slightly curved, which doesn't really add to the viewing experience but makes the phone a little bit more durable to face down drops compared to other flat phones. The curve also goes over to the back, which actually makes it quite comfortable in the hand, and along with those thin bezels and LG's trademark button placement on the back, it doesn't feel as large as other devices which have the same screen size. iPhone 6 Plus. Now, my review unit has the metallic grey back, which looks okay I think, but it is pretty slippery in the hand. However, as many of you will already know, the highlight design feature of the G4 is the genuine leather version. I had a chance to play around with the leather version at the launch event, and in my opinion it looks very slick, stands out from the crowd, and gives it some very good grip. So I would definitely recommend the leather version. Now, for those of you who are not a fan of the leather back, that's not a problem because you can replace or switch the back cover in future if needed. This also means that you have access to expandable storage, up to 2 terabytes, not that you're going to find a 2 terabyte SD card anywhere. And it's great to see considering many other manufacturers are removing this altogether. You do only have 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, and this is the only option available, but that really shouldn't be much of a problem because of the option of expandable storage. The removable back also gives you access to a 3000 mAh replaceable battery, which is pretty good. You're looking at around 4.5 hours of on-screen time on medium use, so this should get most users through the day, but if you are a heavy user, then I'd recommend getting a spare which you can pop in if needed. Having spares becomes even more relevant for heavy users, as unfortunately there is no fast charging available. This is something that I did find myself missing, as I've gotten used to fast charging from other devices. However, if you are someone who just charges your phone overnight, then this really won't be much of an issue. Wireless charging is not available out of the box, but you can get a quick circle case at an additional cost which will give you wireless charging. In terms of performance, you have the Snapdragon 808, which has 6 cores and 3GB of RAM. So they didn't go with the Snapdragon 810, and although the G4 doesn't score as high in benchmarks compared to other devices, there really wasn't any noticeable lag in my experience, and I found it to be very smooth, and the software has been optimized nicely. You do have the LG UI on top of Android Lollipop, which is okay in my opinion. Not my favorite Android skin, however it does have some nice features. Clip tray is still one of my favorite features on the LG UI, where you can have multiple items on your clipboard rather than just one at a time as with most of the devices. And there's also dual window, which works very similarly to Samsung's multi-window, although there aren't many supported apps at the moment. Hopefully we'll have some more soon. Smart Notice gives you some useful info like weather updates and telling you if there's any particular apps that are taking up too much battery, but I didn't really find myself using this much. So overall, not a bad software experience, but not my favorite. Now, I've saved the best to last, and that is the cameras. You have a 16 megapixel ray-facing camera with OIS 2.0, laser autofocus, a color spectrum sensor, and an f1.8 aperture, which I believe is one of the largest apertures on any smartphone. And you know what? It's great. Definitely one of the best smartphone cameras out there. I have done a more detailed camera review of the G4, which will be linked below, as well as some side-by-side comparisons with the Samsung Galaxy S6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. So do go ahead and check those out. But to sum it up, the G4 produces some awesome images with great colors and tons of detail. To top things off, you also have an advanced manual mode which lets you control things like your focus, white balance, ISO, shutter speed, which many other smartphones don't have, and you can also save to RAW format, which is great for editing later. The story is the same for the front facing camera too. You've got 8 megapixels and it's not too wide, which I actually like. And you also get some awesome detail, one of the best selfie cameras out there. Once again, for more details about the cameras and more examples, check out my other videos which will be linked below. Finally, in terms of availability, you're looking at around end of June, May time, and the prices have not yet been confirmed, but I would expect standard flagship pricing. So the LG G4, overall, I think this is an awesome smartphone. You've got a brilliant display, some awesome cameras front and back, and you still have expandable storage and a removable battery, something a lot of manufacturers are getting rid of these days. So if you are in the market for a new smartphone, I'd have no problem recommending the LG G4 to you. What do you think of the LG G4? Do drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. If you want to see my previous related video, that will be linked over somewhere there and also in the description. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tech content like this coming up. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time. By the way, I'm wearing a blazer because I'm just going to be heading out to a wedding. This is my dedication. Just thought I'd film this segment before heading out. So yeah, probably aren't watching this anyway because you've probably already done one of the other things, but just thought I'd tell you. Anyway, catch you later.